Hello everybody and welcome to another video on my channel. Now today I'm going to talk about travel arrangements and a little bit of a change that the government have put in place for people coming into Korea from the United Kingdom and some other European countries. Now I'll be showing somewhere here on the video a map of Korea right now, and if you see on the map, this is a government, the UK government have made this map. You look at the red dots, I'll zoom in on them. They are the city of Daegu, Cheongdo and Gyeongsang. Now these three cities the government advised to not go into because of the high rate of infected people. Now once you arrive in Incheon Airport or wherever airport you come in, or port, if you've took a ferry here from Japan or somewhere, they have asked you to have a screening for corona. So this will be temperature checks, looking if you've got any noticeable symptoms. Now if you do have any notable symptoms or you are in distress in any way, you will be asked to take a test there in the airport. That will take between 4 to 6 hours to do, and Korea will do that. So just to warn you, if you're coming in with a bit of a sniffle or a headache or a fever, you will be asked to take a test. Now, furthermore, whilst tracking you whilst you are in Korea, you have to fill out a health status and questionnaire as such to the authorities every day for 14 days. So every single day that you're in Korea, you have to make sure that you let the authorities know how you're feeling, any updates on how your well-being is. Have you took a drop? Are you feeling unwell? They're asking you to do so. Now there's two ways the government have sorted this out. You can download an app in the airport, which way they will help you out with, and you need to report every single day to them about your medical condition. Now you might be worrying, but Michael, I'm coming to Korea with no Wi-Fi or with no SIM card that lets me come into Korea, lets me use my phone in Korea. There is Wi-Fi everywhere in this country. Unless you're going climbing Dubongsan Mountain for 2 weeks, I think you'll be okay. Alternatively, this is another thing you can do. You can give them the phone number and you can text your information to them, how you're feeling. Now in regards to the telephone number, obviously a lot of people come here and they leave their phone on airport mode for 2 weeks. That's if maybe you won't be able to download the app on your phone. Now they will not let you leave Incheon Airport if you haven't downloaded the app or they cannot reach you on the cell phone. So that's how serious they're taking it here. So the application, I was trying to find it on the internet as a bit of a research, but I couldn't find the application anywhere. So it must be just strictly in Incheon or whichever airport you come into that they have that information. They're just checking up, they're just making sure that people who come into the country, we don't want to spread it any further, because especially as a tourist, you're going to go here, there and everywhere. You're going to be jumping up around the country. So they're just making sure they can track and control the situation. If you start having a light fever or some headaches or the symptoms, they can track it down and they'll advise you go to hospital or go and get checked out somewhere. So it's very, very important that you actually follow this when they do so, because we're trying to eradicate in Korea. As you can see with other countries' reactions, Korea are doing quite well compared to other countries at the moment. But it's not a competition. We should all be working together. So basically, I just wanted to... The video today was to say that if you're coming into Korea now, there are some extra precautions you need to take. Make sure you've got a cell phone first of all. Make sure you be able to download the app, or you have a phone number that they can contact you on. If the phone number isn't, they will test phone it in the airport. If they do not, if you cannot get through to you, you cannot leave it. I think if the app's up and running, that's fine. Now, I'd give my own personal 2 cents to this. I think it's a great way to try and track people. But I had a friend who came here a few weeks ago and he lost his phone whilst traveling in Southeast Asia. And I'm just thinking now, wow, what a lucky guy, because he was a few weeks ago. Imagine him coming back to Incheon today. He would not have been able to get out the airport, or he'd have to, I don't know what he would have had to have done. Would he have to buy a phone or something, or lend a phone for a rented price? I'm not sure. But he came back to South Korea. He started in Seoul, went to Southeast Asia, came back to Seoul. If that was now, he would not have been able to come back and collect his stuff, which was in my apartment. So it's quite interesting to see how this might work, because some people might come to Korea with Seoul. Some people might come to South Korea with no cell phone. I know it's 2020 and we're very technologically advanced in this country, but some people might not have a phone. And if they lose it, sure if they lose in Southeast Asia or they lose in whichever country if they're travelling. So I'm interested to see how that pans out. I'm sure they'd have got a backup plan. I'm sure they've got something that they're going to make it easy for whatever situation people has. I think Korea are trying the hardest to make it easy, but also protect themselves and the people coming into the country. So once again, thank you again for my videos. I've got a lot of people messaging me, and I thank you very much. You know who you are, guys. You've been very supportive of me in this channel. Thank you for everything, really. Any comments, concerns, I'm going to put my Twitter on there. You can message me on the video, give it a thumbs up. Yeah, there you go. And once again, as I always say, just relax.